So it came in the mail. I'm gonna do an unboxing really quick with you, and then I will answer all of your questions that you had on the Q&A video thing. But this is like the actual Q&A video where I actually answer the questions. Okay, let's open this. I'm gonna be honest, I never thought I was gonna have one of these. So, if you don't know what I'm unboxing right now, oh my god. It is the silver play button by YouTube. Oh my god, okay. There it is. Oh. There it is. Wow. I don't think I've ever like won anything. I mean, this isn't like a winning, but like I've never like I don't feel like I've ever like achieved anything in my life that I got like a memento from. So that's kind of cool. Especially something that I love so much that I just so thanks for this, all of you. I really wow. Now I feel like an official YouTuber. Anyway, before this gets weird and I get all emotional over some, like, metal plaque thing, let's go answer your questions. So, I am Olivia, known as the Witch of Wonderlust here. Known as the Witch of Wonderlust here on YouTube and on Instagram. And if you are new here, because I know that there's a lot of you who are new, I get a lot of questions about myself and just, like, who I am and what I do and things I like, which is kind of funny to me, just because I don't feel like I'm like too much of an interesting person. But yeah, I'll answer some of the questions. I will go through. So just so you know, if there's questions that are asked multiple times, then I'm probably just going to like combine them all into one. But let's go through some of these questions. Rosie Girl asks, do you like tacos? I do. I do. I very much enjoy tacos. Valknut77 asks, when are you coming to visit us in the UK? Actually, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. You know I'll be vlogging in the UK. I'll be like, oh my god, I'm in the UK. Like, I'll be really excited about it. You'll know when I'm there. Cadenza Moon asks, have you ever tried belly dance? I have. I love it. Kind of hard to find classes on it out here, actually. And if there are, they're all like in like Santa Monica area or downtown. Two places that I avoid like the plague. Doreen Nazna, I'm sorry. How did you get into the music industry and do you still write songs? I'm kind of curious, how far back did you go into my YouTube channel? Ooh. So funny thing is that growing up, I always had like a thing that I was known for some reason. And in high school and middle school, it was music. I was known, like, everybody believed that that was the thing that I was going to do in life, was become a musician and make money as a music artist. And I thought so too. And then when I was like 16, I kind of got a taste of what it would have been like. Basically, like, the music that I wanted to make and the music that everybody else was turning my music into were two very different things. And people were like having a say in my style and the way I looked and like my vibe. And I was just like, yeah, fuck this. And luckily my family was like, cool, that was a good experience and I'm glad you had it, and moved on. So I was really lucky with that. Do I still write songs? I do. Every so often I'll write songs here and there. It's not nearly as often as I used to, but I do still write songs every so often. Shimmy Chanel asks, my question for you is a rather serious one. Do you ever feel burnt out? Videos, Instagram, everything is great. It's aesthetically pleasing, must consume a lot of creativity. And do you ever feel just stuck? And don't get me wrong, I'm asking because it's amazing and I can't imagine how much effort you put into what you do. I appreciate that a lot. Also, don't you get tired of mostly being considered a witch? And you talk mostly about it beside your own thoughts on pole dancing. Wouldn't you like to be known more as you, or are you rather comfortable? I feel like you read my mind. So there's a lot to unpack in this question. I appreciate the question. Do I ever feel burnt out? Yes. So I have only been a full-time YouTuber for about 2 months. That's not a lot of time. And I'm still kind of trying to find my footing schedule-wise. And here's the thing, is when you do something that you love for a living, it's really hard not to do it. Just because you're thinking about it all the time. You want to put out the most quality that you can, but you also want to put out quantity because you love doing it. It does take up a lot of time. And now that I'm able to actually create content all the time and kind of figure out like what I'm doing with that, it's definitely a lot more effort and work than I think people think it is. So I appreciate that you see that and that you see me for that. Your second question is, do you ever get tired of sometimes being considered mostly a witch? And wouldn't I like to be known more as me? So this is a yes and no. I do get really frustrated a lot of the time that I feel like that's all I'm known for. Like there's so much more to me as a person and more to the things that I want to talk about and create that doesn't revolve around spirituality. Don't get me wrong, spirituality, being a practitioner is a big part of my life, but I've got so many other things that I am passionate about that I feel like needs more attention, that I feel like I want to touch on with a platform of like travel and pull and like just intentional living, like not even spiritually, and then like being curious and just having that drive to like learn things and learn about the world around us, I think is really important. And I feel like that gets brushed over in this sea of like, but you're a witch. And it is frustrating to feel like you're only valued for one thing. So I think that's the part. However, I am more of a private person. I really don't like really personal things being out there, and because there's just some things that just don't need to be on the internet. Like I really don't mind being myself on camera and doing the things I love, but it's just like there is a line of what I would want to keep personal and what I would not mind sharing with the rest of the world. But yeah, so it's definitely like a weird line to find. Yeah, that was a loaded question. I really liked it though, and I really appreciate you asking it. Thank you. Meyer? Lena Meyer. I'm gonna go with that. Hey, I know you must be very busy, but I was interested into how you got your gecko, how you take care of him. Maybe you can make a video about that. I am not a professional gecko take carer. What? I have had my gecko since I was 11 or 12, so in 5th grade. He's an old man, but there are so many things about leopard geckos that on the internet that are like controversial. So my gecko's name is Gecko. I was 12. Leopard geckos are generally fairly easy to take care of. I wouldn't really feel comfortable making a video on it just because there's just so many things that are controversial on leopard geckos. I definitely had to learn as I went, but he's pretty great. So yeah. Paula C. Munoz Torres. I fucking butchered that. I'm sorry. Okay. Your religious beliefs, if you have them. This is actually a common question throughout a lot of them. I am definitely not as, I guess, for lack of better word, woo-woo as some other people are, especially in, you know, my own friend group. And but I'm also not fully like there is nothing else. So I'm very much like neutral. Basically, I am open to the ideas of any religion, and I am open to the ideas of there being a god, there not being gods. I am open to the ideas of pretty much all beliefs, but I'm also open to the idea that all of that may be bullshit. So it's more of just like, I'm just curious. I just want to ask a lot of questions and see what answers I get. I don't really have like a specific religion that I follow. And I hope you have a lovely day as well. Thank you, Paula. Ooh, this is a good question. Alex Santos asks, hi Olivia, just a bit curious where you think your magic comes from. Like, do you have a source? These are my personal beliefs, so if you think differently, that's totally fine. I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong. But from what I believe, we as humans, or just as living creatures and with consciousness, that we are able to manipulate and maneuver natural energies of this world. That includes the spiritual realm, just because the spiritual realm is so close within our realm. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like when you look at incense smoke, right? And you see it moving around. You can just sit there and watch it, or you can just like wave your hand and it'll move it. You have the power to do that. And that's such a bad comparison, but that's my idea, is that I don't really feel like there's like a source of magic, because energy can't be created or destroyed. It just is. Energy can only be changed. So my beliefs is that we just are able to learn the ability to manipulate that energy for our better. Same thing as like we are able to manipulate the physical beings of trees to turn it into paper, to build things with it. We are able to manipulate the earth and mine things from it in order to make things like glass. You know, that's our, there is no source of us creating glass just like from nothing or from a certain source. We are just manipulating what is at hand. I think that makes sense. Thank you for your question, Alex. Okay. So this is a big question that people ask me a lot in these comments. How did I start practicing witchcraft? When did I start practicing? When did I find out that I'm a witch? And this isn't like, oh, when I was 14 on this day and like I knew because I got this sign. Like it's not like that. It's way more less interesting. There was always a pull there, and as I'm sure you know, there's always been a pull there. Like you've always played with nature, or you know, you've always been called to this certain deity or this certain energy or whatever, and that's always just been a thing. And I've always just been like an overly curious child, so the occult is just this big question mark, and that is like the most exciting thing to a very curious child. It was just like something that snowballed. It started really young and snowballed until now, and then eventually when I like learned there was a word for it, like, oh, this is like actually considered practicing witchcraft or like being a spiritual practitioner, I went out and I found some teachers and had them teach me and did my research, and yeah, so it was just a big snowball essentially. It's a lot less interesting and dramatic, I think, that a lot of people think it is. Victoria Pointer. What kind of magic do you find yourself practicing most? I find myself practicing folk magic. My background is both Irish and Filipino, and both are very heavily based in folk magic on both sides traditionally. So I think that's just something that has always pulled me. Unlucky Pineapple. I love that name. How did your family feel when you started pole dancing? But I actually started pole dancing when I was 17, and in the States, you're not allowed to start pole dancing until you're 18 unless you have the okay of your guardian. And my mom, right before my 18th birthday, I was like, try something new, totally out of my comfort zone, totally out of like something that I would regularly do, which is so funny because like prior to pole dancing, you would never catch me dead in heels. My family, my mom signed me up and was just like, yeah, okay, go for it, have fun. And my dad just kind of acts like pretends that it doesn't happen, but he doesn't like come at me for it. Some people were kind of weird about it. They kind of just accepted it. Like, I've never been somebody that you can tell me, don't do that, and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, sorry. Like, I'm gonna be like, but why not? You know, like if I feel like I'm standing in the right place for me, then I'm gonna stand there and you're not gonna knock me down. Oh, this is a common question. What's your sun, moon, and rising sign? I get this one a lot. I actually don't use astrology, like zodiac signs at all. So whatever these may mean to you. My sun sign, I am a Virgo. My moon sign, I'm an Aries. And my rising, I'm a Capricorn, I think. Sure. I get a lot of this question. What is your sexuality? You know that feeling when you open up a new book and the spine cracks? Ugh, yes. Next question. Nikki Never Without Polish. Such a good... These usernames are just killing me. And this is one of the top comments too. Recently got my first tattoos, so I'm just generally curious about other people's tattoos. Congratulations. You're gonna get so many more. What they are, why you got them, and would you share yours, or is that too personal? So I have a few tattoos that I can show you. One of them I would probably get demonetized, but I have these two. So this one... And so both of these I got when I was 17. Actually, this one I got 17 and 18, and I'll explain that in a sec. This one says, I sold my soul to rock and roll. If you know anything about me, I love rock and roll, blues. That's true. The artist wrote it kind of small, so it's eventually just gonna turn into some blotches, but I still really love this tattoo. The second one is, I got a spade on my wrist for plenty of different reasons, but I wanted this tattoo forever too, and I got both of them at the same time. But then when I was leaving Colorado, here, let me see. So then when I was leaving Colorado to move to Los Angeles, I really wanted mountains on my wrist. I just wanted, like, just one of those things that I could, like, look back at and be like, oh yeah, Colorado. I don't know. But I really wanted mountains on my wrist, and I was at a Walking Dead convention with my mom. She loves The Walking Dead, so there were a bunch of local tattoo artists. This was still back in Colorado, and at the time I was 18, so legally an adult. I can do whatever I want, right? I found a tattoo artist and was just like, hey, will you just tattoo some mountains on me? And he was like, yeah, sure. So paid the man, signed the waiver, sat down, fell asleep while he was doing the tattoo, and I wake up to this 8-year-old girl looking at me mortified. The next one is this ampersand. We gonna get to know each other real well today. Yes, such a good, I'll get a better B-roll. That was another tattoo that I got right before I left Colorado for Los Angeles. The story behind that one was that my best friend of, at the time, I think like 10 or 11 years, it was a long time. We've been friends for way too long. Her and I are polar opposites. We are so different. She said, well, before you leave, we should get best friend tattoos. And I was like, I'm not getting a fucking matching tattoo with you. There's no way. I'm not doing that. Because her style and my style are very different things. And so I proposed, look, if you want to get a tattoo with me and you want to get a best friend's tattoo with me, I'll design one for you, you design one for me, but the only catch is we don't know what they are until they're tattooed on our bodies. And she was like, yeah, sounds good. So that's the one she got me. I got her a quote that says, she who is brave is free. And the location that I chose for her was on the top of her foot because I wanted to make it hurt for all the 10 years of bullshit she put me through. All right, so the next tattoo that I have is my biggest one. That's the one that I got in Colorado when I was visiting. Why am I always getting tattoos with my mom? But my mom wanted to get her first tattoo ever. When I visited back in October, you can see the vlog up here if you want to see that. She actually proposed that we got a tattoo, and I decided I finally wanted to go and get this tattoo that I've wanted forever. It's essentially like a cow skull with foxglove flowers coming out from the top and lilac flowers coming out from the bottom. And I'm sure you can see like a glimpse of it in some of my dancing videos, but I'm gonna figure out how to eventually make like not a really uncomfortable, gross photo of the tattoo, but we'll see. Ultimatic asks, what movie will you never get tired of watching? So I love National Treasure and Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Those are probably some of my favorite movies. Secret Life of Walter Mitty is probably hands down my favorite movie right now. Aradia says, your hair always looks so healthy, bouncy, shiny, and soft, and basically perfect. Thank you. What's your secret? Water? If I'm like going somewhere or doing a video and it just like will not stay in place, I do have like pomade of some sort that I kind of just like try to keep it tame. But other than that, like I don't really have a secret. And because I love music, what are some of the songs or artists that you like? Oh God, oh no. It's so many. Taylor Momsen is like my fucking queen. I like the Black Keys. I love the Eagles, Blue Oyster Cult. I love AC/DC, Gin Wigmore. I like Tender. They're not really like rock. They're a little more bluesy, but they're modern. And I like to dance to them too. So if you need something that's kind of like sexy and bluesy or whatever, Tender is a good one. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, like obviously I didn't name all of my favorite. I mean, Billie Eilish, she's a queen. So yeah, I love music too, so there's just so many out there that's so good. Danielle Sindak. I know I didn't say that right, I'm sorry. Girl, you got a lot of questions here. What's your MBTI personality? I don't know. I took it a few times and it's always changed and it's also been disproven, so sorry. But the Enneagram type, I am waiting for the Enneagram to be disproven and for my dreams to be shattered because I use the Enneagram like everybody else uses zodiac signs. My Enneagram type, I'm a type 5. Do you have a college degree? No, I do not. What is your height? I am 5'2", small but mighty. And advice for people who are stiff when dancing pole. Find a song that you like and don't worry about the way you look. Just like find a song that makes you move, and also make sure to warm up before you start like dancing because I'm always stiff when I just start to dance, and maybe like 10-15 minutes in, after I'm warmed up, I'm a lot less stiff. Yeah. Is it cool or is it chul? I don't know. Welcome back. Thank you. My question is, what weird thing did you believe as a child? And for example, I thought dead end signs meant that there was a secret graveyard at the end of the road and you didn't know it. And I'm still disappointed in the truth. So when I like closed the fridge door, I had to run from the tile or like the cold hardwood to a carpeted area or like a rug, or something bad was gonna happen. Like I was gonna get like bad luck. And low-key, I still do that. So like every time I close the door, I'm like, living with me is not fun. Amber K asks, aside from what you've told us on our channel so far, dancing and creating content, what other things do you like to do? How would you fill up your relaxing time? Oh, that's a good question. I love going to museums or historical sites. I like to read a lot. I like to read nonfiction mostly. I like to sing and play guitar, sometimes ukulele, though I'm not really good at it. Let's see, I like to go on walks and explore new parts of like the places that I live. Window shopping, which is interesting because like I never really want to buy things all the time. It's more of I just really like going from shop to shop and seeing different trinkets. I love like festivals or farmers markets. Yeah, I love aquariums. I really love, I mean, content creating obviously, but I really love like going out and just taking photos. So like of architecture, street photography, of just really interesting people I see. I love to draw. I really like drawing. I used to paint a lot, and sometimes I'll get like random like urges to just create crafts or something. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these things and I could create so much with it. So I'll like go into those spasms sometimes. Maya in Wonderland asks, welcome back. Asks, I'm curious if you're gonna let your hair grow out again. I saw some of your older videos and wow, I'm jealous of your long hair. I don't know. I like my hair short a lot. I really like it, but I also really liked my long hair. There's just, I mean, like, I don't really have a preference of, like, which one I liked more or less. Dragon End Games asks, what's your favorite alcoholic drink? Hobbies? And will you do another Tipsy Tarot? Biggest oh shit moment. Favorite alcoholic drink? I really like whiskey mules, Irish mules. I like those. Whiskey, bourbon type of stuff. Whiskey and wine, I'm pretty chill with. And recently I had this, like, cucumber... It had like some kind of cream in it, and it was like tequila and cucumber, and that shit was dangerous. Hobbies, I think I answered that earlier. Will I do another Tipsy Tarot? I absolutely will. I love making those. Biggest oh shit moment. I've had a lot of oh shit moments. Oh, so this was kind of like a good oh shit moment though. So I've never told you this, Kayla, but you're about to learn this if you watch my videos. So I had a friend growing up when I was way young, like through kindergarten and middle school, and we kind of like fell through around high school because we went to different schools, and also she was a grade older than me. So this was my friend Kayla. And then in high school, there was this other girl, Kayla. This one girl, Kayla, her and I had just started talking and becoming friends, and we wanted to make plans to hang out outside of school. So I went through my contacts, text Kayla, probably know where this is going, and I said, hey, you want to meet up? Like, let's go hang out. And she replied and said, yeah, here's my address. I'll see you then. Super cool. And I was like, awesome. So I show up, I knock on this girl's door, and the Kayla that I hadn't seen in like 5 years opens the door, and I was like, what the fuck? And I've never told her. I never told her that was the way that like we reconnected, but I'm so glad that was like the universe was just like no, not that. You need to go back to this Kayla. She's better for you. And I agree. Like at the time I was just trying to like spend time with different people, and the Kayla from high school, while there wasn't anything wrong with her, it's just there was not gonna be any reason for us to be friends. So Kayla, if I never told you that, which I don't think I have, I'm really sorry. I hope that doesn't come off like really fucked up of me. Not my biggest oh shit moment, but definitely like one of the most interesting. The Warrior Anna, yes. Favorite video game? Oh my gosh. I think I'm biased because I have some really good memories playing games with my friends from Grand Theft Auto 5 all through high school. Let's see, the Walking Dead games from Telltale, and then there's a game on Steam, it's on the PC, called Soma, and that game fucked me up. It was so good. Like that game is like some Black Mirror shit is what that game is. So good. One of my top games. Favorite YouTube channel. Oh my God, that's really difficult. I think at the moment, it's Mr. Gigi. I love his content. And I also love Peter McKinnon and Minnie Small. She's somebody that I've watched forever. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube. There's a lot of really good YouTubers out there that I really love. Favorite candle scent. As long as it doesn't smell like paraffin when I burn it, I'll be okay with it. Been a viewer since 800 subs. Girl, you're one of the OGs. Oh my God. Thank you for sticking around for so long. One of the OGs. Yes, Warrior Anna. Oh, LL asks, what dreams do you wish to accomplish in this life? Damn, I don't know. I was like in a job interview. So I definitely want to travel the world, and in like a way that is meaningful. You know, like I don't want to just be like, oh, I've been here and I've been there and I've been this and did that and da-da-da. Like I want to like have been impacted seeing different cultures and religions and ways of life and environments. Another one is I do want to eventually open up and own my own pole studio. I feel like that's something that means so much to me in my life. And I really hope that I can use this platform that I'm growing to impact for the better. And I know that's like a very Miss Universe thing to say, to show that like not everything has to be so black and white, you know? But that's a whole other ordeal. The last question I'll be answering is from Victoria Alexander. How was Hawaii, and what is your favorite place that you've traveled to? Hawaii was so beautiful and eye-opening. And really quick, I'm gonna throw in the fact that I really don't think that Hawaii should be a part of the United States. They have been and are totally capable of being self-sufficient. They don't need the United States. That's just like my own thing, and I know I was only there for like 2 weeks, but I don't get it. Like, why did the United States need Hawaii? Like, why? We don't need I'm gonna calm down really quick. Getting a little heated. I loved it. It was beautiful. Opened my eyes to a lot of things. I really liked Europe. I didn't get to see a whole lot of it, but I did like it. Japan. Oh my God. I've only been to Okinawa. I would love to see the mainland. I would like to see more of like North Thailand, because I was only in like the South area. I don't feel like I've traveled to too many places quite yet, so I would like to see more. That didn't really answer your question, but every place has their own like pros and cons, you know? Like I've had such interesting and amazing and challenging experiences in every place that I visited. So yeah, I don't think there's at any point can I choose one over the other. That is most of your questions. I hope that now you feel like you know me a little better than you used to, or if you're new here, then I'm not just some strange person here on YouTube popping up on your screen sometimes. So yeah, I would love to get to know you guys a little more too. So leave like 10 facts about you down below. I did do something like that a while ago, and I had a lot of fun reading those. So yeah, leave those down below. I'd love to know. But thanks for hanging out. I hope that I was able to keep you company for a little bit, whatever you may be doing right now. And as always, best of luck, be kind to each other, and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. Bye.